Welcome to Midnight Meditation with Emma. Our topic today is I will know peace when I make spiritual wealth a priority. And a woman by Yana Van Zant said that. And the meaning of that and what entails is that many people struggle or work hard to attain material wealth. Once you achieve it, you must struggle and work hard to maintain and protect what you have obtained. In the midst of the struggle and hard work, it is easy to lose sight of the fact that material wealth can only serve you in this lifetime. How much material wealth do you think Harriet Tubman left for her babies, her heirs? How much stock options did Denmark Vesey pass on to his children? They discovered that freedom of the mind, body, and spirit was the uttermost importance. They realized that you need not own a great deal to do a great deed. They left legacies that were created by the way in which they lived their lives. Now, I asked myself, what does my spiritual wealth look like? I know today that one of the things that I do is I have a connection with a power greater than me. And I depend and I lean on that power all the time. I don't want to because he tell me to do stuff. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But at the end of the day, I go ahead and do it because like my inside says that if I don't do it, I don't want to go back to where I came from. One of the things is that the spirit looks different. Spiritual wealth looks different for everybody. What I may consider spiritual wealth may be totally different from what you consider. I want something to leave my grandson. And it ain't about leaving him a car or a house when my time comes. I want him to be able to be at peace when he hears someone speaks of my name. Well, oh, your grandmama was like, whoa, and then he'll have some peace and on the inside, and his heart will be smiling. And then when I get to them pearly gates, baby, I already know he gonna say job well done because I've held my spirit connected to him in great standards. And so she went on to say as well, very often the things we struggle and work to achieve enslaves us. Yeah, they do. Our desires holds us captive. Yep, they do that too. A philosopher once said, success is not having much, but wanting little. Our desires and accomplishments in the material realm have no meaning whatsoever in the spiritual realm. It don't. It really don't. In fact, the struggle to accomplish often creates material and emotional discord. While there is nothing inherently wrong with the pursuit of physical comfort, material wealth, or power, it is important to remember that there are things equally important, fulfilling, and more lasting. Pursuits of these things often bring us an experience of peace and wealthiness that money cannot buy. Until today, you may have sacrificed your peace of mind and spiritual balance to pursue material wealth. Just for today, examine whether or not your quest is a blessing or a curse. Ask yourself, what is it that you can leave behind aside from wealth? Today, I am devoted to living a spirit-filled, peace-filled life and leaving a legacy that is more valuable than money. Well, today, what are you leaving behind? What does your spiritual wealth bank looks like? I want to say that I love you too, Amanda. And Amanda says that it's called integrity, doing the right thing when no one is watching, you know. And I can agree with that, because it's like it's okay for me to do certain things. We're doing the right thing when I got all these eyes on me. But what am I doing when ain't nobody looking? Can I still stand and hold my head up high? Can I still uh walk around and offer a hand to somebody else? You know, it's really really important to stay let me see, stay in a place, in a space where that I'm being spiritually fed, you know, because like I need my spiritual bank to look like my physical bank account, you know. My physical bank account right now, it ain't all that, but it ain't, you know. I want my spiritual bank account to be above and beyond, where I can live off of it for the rest of my life and continue to increase. I don't ever want my spiritual wealth to decrease, because if my spiritual wealth is decreasing, then I'm dying from the inside out. And dying is not something that I continue or choose to want to do today. Uh, I've been living a dead life for a whole lot of years. Today, I choose to live in a more productive, lively living space. You know, I want to be able to be of service to others and not just myself. That I also increase my spiritual wealth. So I just want to ask. See, oh my God, it says sometimes what we work to achieve enslaves us. Yes. You know, that was one of the things that she just said, that was coming from Amanda. You know, uh, I don't understand how sometimes I get caught up in the the hustle and bustle of what's going on around me, and I have to achieve this, and I got to reach this goal. I want to be the vice president of the company, and then I think I'm set for life. And then once again, my spirit is like on E or low fuel. Like, you know how the little ding, the light come on in your car when your fuel is low. You know, my spirit to get there. And I have, let me say, to be real transparent, I've been right there for the last few months, you know, dealing with some personal issues. I haven't really been feeding my spiritual bank, you know. And one of the ways that I have learned to feed my spiritual bank is that I do a lot of journaling. I share with a few others. I have a top five. Let me say, I have a top five, and I share with my top five of what's really going on with me, and they give me stuff to feed my spirit, you know, that I have to take a look at. And not only do I journal and talk to my top five, I have just recently uh made a decision that I'll seek outside help, professional help, you know, because I need to be well grounded spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I work in a place where I get fed spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Whether they know it or not, I have a great crew that I work with. And some of the other ways that I feed and add to my spiritual bank is like I exercise. I just quit smoking or vaping, as they say. I just quit. So that enhances my spiritual bank because I'm not putting any toxins into my temple, you know, because this body is my temple. Um, and I need for it to be cleansed on a regular basis. So I quit doing that. And outside of exercise, reading, oh, something else I do to help my spirit put that I feel up in my spirit. I color. I like coloring. Okay, it says, are you watching now or later? We're glad you're here. Comment, like, and share. So you, oh, I was reading one of the comments that someone put had on. So I color, as I was saying. I like to get these adult coloring books, and I have 1,000 or so coloring pencils. So I color, and when I tell you it's so relaxing, it gives me it's like a form of meditation. And so I get connected with my outer being to enhance my inner being, if that makes any sense. Uh, this is new for me. And this right here is also helping fill up I'm depositing to my spiritual bank. Meditation, midnight meditation with Emma, will probably it's gonna be consist of wellness, self wellness, well health care, um, spiritual wellness, emotional. I'm gonna cover a lot of bases. Some days we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. If you have any questions, um, get on the chat and ask. Like I'm pretty sure I got some answers for you. If I don't, I know somebody that do. I do a lot of praying. That adds to my spiritual bank. Prayer is a powerful thing, and everybody don't pray, and it's okay. It's okay. But whatever way that you deposit into your spiritual bank, just keep depositing. Don't keep withdrawing without replenishing, because I don't ever want to walk around uh, like a zombie, and that's what happens to me when my spiritual bank is depleted. I'm walking around like a zombie. Like, don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing. They're just going through the motions. And when folks go, let me say, I keep the focus on me. When I'm going through the motions, it's like I'm not paying attention to my surroundings. I'm not paying attention to other people that's around me and what's going on. So if I'm just going through the motions, I can just easily walk off the cliff. And when we walk off the cliff, we know what happened. It's like we crash, burn, and drown. And just for today, I ain't trying to crash, burn, or drown. I'm trying to do whatever's necessary to keep my spiritual bank full. So it's like Yana Van Zant has said, as I have read, it's like I will know peace when I make spiritual wealth a priority. Like I know peace. Peace is a state and a place that I thrive for continuously. I don't let too many people disrupt my peace. There's some people that tried to do that yesterday and a couple of days ago. Wanted to throw me off my game. But let me just tell you, I've learned a thing or two. I've learned a thing or two about keeping my peace. I put some boundaries in place. And someone was just sharing with me, oh, well, no, Amanda just said it's like other ways that you can deposit into your spiritual bank is like going outside, taking a shower, being aware that the connection between my mind and my body. Now that one right there is heavy, because like I need for my mind and my body to be on the same page. And it's not always like that. Let me just say. Sometimes my mind be in one place, my body somewhere else. But when they are both in the same room, in the same space, I'm in a better place of peace. You know, peace is very important to me. And what I'm learning is that peace is important to a lot of people. You know, uh, it enhances my spiritual wealth when I'm at peace. You know, and peace come in all forms for some people. You know, for different people. And just for today, peace for me is like, oh wow, I be in a state of gratitude. You know, that's peaceful to me. It's because like I'm grateful that I am where I am. You know, and as Amanda says, peace is a journey of 1,000 miles, and it must be taken one step at a time. Lyndon B. Johnson said that. Okay. And I concur with that. You know, it takes a while. It takes 1,000 miles to get peace, and you can only do it one day at a time. You know, sometimes it's 1 second at a time. You know, when I'm at my best and at peace with myself, it's like the world around me is a color rainbow. You know, and I treat it as such. You know, it's like there's no discord going on with me, no discontent, uh, because I'm at peace. Even when it's time to have the difficult conversations or make some difficult decisions, I'm still at peace with it because my spiritual wealth and my spiritual bank is on full. So it's easy for me to make those difficult decisions and have those difficult conversations. You know, I've not always been there though. No, I haven't always been there. There are times when I have allowed the ways of the world to dictate how I move, how I live, and what my peace would look like. You know, but just for today, I am so grateful that I don't live like that. You know, the journey that I'm embarking on is to keep my spiritual wealth and on full, keep that bank on full, keep my peace at a place where nothing, and when I say nothing, I mean where absolutely nothing throw me off my key. You know, but in reality, that don't always work. You know, so it takes work to be peaceful and to know peace. You know, so whatever your niche is, whatever that thing is that you do to gain peace and to keep your peace, man, put more energy into it. Because at the end of the day, it's building up your spiritual wealth, you know. So because when I get to the pearly gates, like I said earlier, I want to be able to stand there and he'd be like, well done, my child, well done. You know, and you know, whether I hear that or not, I can have heaven right here on earth and be real easy and tell myself, job well done. And then it's another, she says, it's like not only that I don't live like that, but I know that I don't have to live like that anymore. Once upon a time, it was only an option I thought I had. Thought chaos was all there was. When I let go of chaos, I had to gain. I had to grieve. Grieving meant I had to figure out how to deposit into myself in other ways. You know, and I was having a conversation earlier with someone because I was sharing with them about how I was in a state of depression. You know, it's like how many hours, my therapist asked me, how many hours do I spend in the bed? you know. And so I didn't think it was nothing wrong with the hours that I was spending in the bed. Because I can, I use well, I work third shift. I get to sleep all day, but I will wake up and there'll be times like, hey, I go to the gym and I can work out, but no, I would just stay in the bed and binge watch some TV. And I tell myself that I'm at peace. But in reality, I was in a state of depression because I'm at peace when I get up and walk to the gym and walk back home because I don't exercise my body. I don't exercise my brain. I don't, I have exercised a lot of things that about myself, my emotional state. I ain't over here doing all this. I ain't over there doing all that. You know, I'm at peace. So when the question was asked, and I had to take a look at, wow, man, I ain't in a real good space right here. But I keep getting up and I keep going. I keep getting up and I go to work. I keep talking about it. So what I do know is that I don't have to stay here in that space. I don't have to stay as long as I did the time before. Each time the time frame in that space gets shorter because I'm doing more things to take care of my space and my peace. You know, love. Love is a powerful thing. Love is something that helps me stay at peace with myself. And most important is the love that I have for myself. I have not always done that. I ain't always loved myself. Hell, I ain't always liked myself. But loving me brings me peace. Um, I'm able to do some things to show myself that I love me. Because if I can show you that I love you, why I can't give that same love to myself? you know. Because if I'm at peace when I'm loving on you, I can be at peace when I'm loving on myself, you know. And all of it adds to my spiritual wellness, you know. And what are some of the things that some of you guys do for your spiritual wellness? What are some of the things that you deposited into your spiritual bank account? You know, what are some things that brings peace to your life? You know, share with the people. You know, what is it that you can do or that we can do? Yeah, because I don't have all the answers. I ain't know it all, do all. Because this is about caring and sharing and caring is giving and receiving. So, what are some of the things that you guys put into your bank account, the spiritual bank account, to help you stay peaceful? Because as she said, I'll know peace when my spiritual bank account. No, when I'll know peace when I have, let me, because I don't want to get it wrong. And so I sometimes I can quote stuff like I can remember, but girl, I, I don't slept since then. It says, I know peace when I make spiritual wealth a priority. That's it, a priority. So I have to look at what are those things that's in priority to my, what are priorities in my life. It's that. Okay, it says connecting with others is a way to add to my bank account. That's a great way, because I done got outside of myself. You know, when I connect with others, I'm outside of myself, and I can add to my spiritual bank because connecting with the others is another way, is a form of taking care of myself by helping others. It's like being of service, you know. When I'm being of service and helping in my community and connecting with the people in my community, I don't have time to be thinking about, oh, poor me. You know, it's about somebody else. And connecting with others and doing and helping others frees me up to receive the blessings that are meant for me to add to my spiritual bank account. You know, sometimes, oh, okay, I need to take them off. They were hurting now a little bit. But sometimes, we get so caught up in material wealth. We get so caught up in uh, wanting to be the Jefferson, or who would, well, yeah, wanting to be the Jefferson, that we forget about our spiritual well-being. It's like, so when I use my gifts and talents to groom and connect to my community, I'm not only connecting to my community, I'm staying connected to the power that gave me those talents and gifts. And he didn't give them to me for me to sit on and hold on to myself and not let nobody else see them, or none of that. You know, what he gave them to me for is to share. You know, sharing is caring. You know, and I'm grateful that um, I have the ability to share and care. I used to think, because I've been in the field of caring for others for so many years, that it was like, oh, this is just like, when I first got into it, it came from being at home. I had to take care of some people in my household. Um, and I thought at that time, I thought I was doing it just because I had to. I'm the oldest, so it's my responsibility. But as I got older, what I found out that there was a talent that I had been blessed with. Um, and so being that I found out it was a talent, so I dug deeper off into it, and in doing that, my life has been blessed abundantly, you know, because I genuinely care for other people. I genuinely am excited when I get to be of service to others. Because being of service to others is in turn being in service to myself. And then being in service to me, I'm deposited into my spiritual bank account. You know, I'm making my spiritual maturity a priority. That way I stay peaceful, you know. Because I look at peace as the next thing up there, like I said, with love. Love and peace are the same things. And I just know that if you have peace in your heart, peace in your mind, peace in your body, that God, and for those of y'all that don't use the word God, or don't good order direction, whatever it is that you use, whatever it is that you use, he's going to continue to bless your life when you have peace and love, and especially when you sharing it with others, man, look, like, for real, our world is in total chaos. We have to find peace in places that we thought we never would, or in people around us. And it was like, I don't know, I ain't gonna find no peace right there. I don't got peace right there. But it's like when your spiritual health is intact, your peace, the peace in your life is at its highest, you know. Or is that a thing at your highest? I don't know. But what I do know is that, man, as long as my spiritual condition is on the same page as my creator created it for it to be, for my destiny, that my peace of mind is where it should be, you know. Um, because there's some things like I shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know, or I get to running on self will, and when I'm running on self will, there's no peace. When I'm running on self will, there's no spiritual priority. That my spirit is not something of a priority to me. As a matter of fact, I ain't even thinking about my spirit when I'm running on self will. When I'm running on self will, it's just that self will. I will myself to do whatever it is I think I'm being bad enough to do, you know. But at the end of all of that, I run into self destruction, self deception, you know, and there's no peace nowhere, you know. Uh, and my spiritual condition, my spiritual bank is totally bankrupt. You know, my spiritual condition is totally bankrupt. You know, and as my friend says, she says that, you know, um, that spiritual fitness and wealth can look so different for each of us. There is no one size fits all. And that is absolutely the truth. And that's great because I think, you know, and like I said earlier, I don't got all the answers, but I think if we all was the same, we all get the same. You know, don't nobody want to walk around. You know, where's the fun in that? Where's the joy in that? You know, we all walking around like we all dress the same, we all look the same, we all think the same, we all act the same, we all eat the same. Bullshit. No, that's not how he created us. And I'm so grateful that there are some of us that knows that one size don't fit all. You know, and the beauty of one size not fit all, it makes a great big rainbow of a world, you know, because we all have different attributes to bring to the table. You know, it takes, like it says, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes all of us to bring peace and spiritual wellness to the world, you know. Uh, and we do it one step at a time, one day at a time. We each contribute to the peace of the world when we are constantly contributing to our own spiritual welfare, our own spiritual wealthiness. When we are spiritually fit, we bring peace, not just to ourselves, but to those around us, to those that we may have to encounter. Because what we go through today, we're not doing it just for today. What we go through today is gonna help somebody tomorrow or next week or next year, you know, because I never thought that some of those things that I went through as a young woman or as a child, for that matter, coming up was gonna be useful for me today. I didn't think look, I came up in the church, I was a church girl, sung in the choir, I was on the usher board, I did all that. But I didn't think that relationship that I was building at that time in church was gonna help me today in my spiritual journey. You know, I still consider myself a church girl, even though I ain't been in a church building. You know, and I don't have to be spiritual, but what I'm my point is that those experiences that I had back then or went through, I did not think that they would be so useful today, because then it was like, man, I ain't gonna never need that. I ain't gonna never use that. But I found out that it's not the truth. I had to go back into that deposit, that account that I had deposited all this stuff in, and make a withdrawal, only to be able to deposit some more other good stuff. So just for today, my question again is, what are you depositing into your spiritual bank account? And what is the priorities that you are making in your life today? What priorities are you making? What's a priority to you? Today, my priority is my spiritual condition. Why? Because I like the peace that I have in my life. You know, I love the peace that I have in my life, and and a friend of mine just checked in and was saying, "Hey," and just to let her know is that the topic that we are talking about today is I know peace when I make spiritual wealth a priority. You know, I'm grateful that there are people that are on the same journey that I'm on, you know, because I don't have all the answers. And I can lean on somebody when I need to. Somebody can lean on me when they need to. It's a togetherness thing. It's like the connection that I make when I'm pouring into someone else, or when someone else is pouring into me. You know, that's the beauty of it. I God allows me to stay in a place, in a space that's not just beneficial to me, but mostly beneficial to others. And that's one of the reasons why I was created, to be of service, you know, in a lot of different areas. And I thank God for the service, you know. Now some days I get depleted. Some days I be like, oh, I'm tired. But it be a good kind of tired. You know, it be that kind of tired, be like, ooh, send chills down your back spine, you know. Um, it's just a beautiful thing to be able to walk on this journey and to have people to walk on the journey with me. So until the next time, I say to you, what's in your spiritual bank account? And with that, you have a good night, a great morning, a beautiful day, and let peace rule your life today. Until we meet again, goodbye.